Today we're going to be talking about drag queen story hour and drag queens. Now, if you don't know what a drag queen is, you're much luckier than those of us that do know what it is. But basically, it is a man who dresses up like a female hooker, pretty much, and dances around. And their clothes can be extremely sexually provocative. And what drag queen story hour is basically it's these uh, gentlemen dressing up like women. I don't guess gentlemen's even the term you should use, but they dress up like women and they dance around in sexually provocative outfits in front of a bunch of toddlers to kids that's probably around 10 years old. But I don't know what the proper age limit is for these events, but it goes all the way down to babies to kids, and it's very inappropriate to be exposing children to sexually provocative content. And technically, that's true even if you're not a Christian. I feel like as a society, we should probably frown upon things like Drag Queen Story Hour that's like exposing partially sexually ideas to kids, even if you wasn't a Christian. I would be against this even if I was an atheist. But being a Christian is someone who values morality and values what the Bible teaches. I'm totally opposed to this. And what it's trying to do, their words is, we're trying to basically teach kids from a young age that it's okay to be gay and explore these ideas. So what they're primarily trying to do is brainwash children from a young age into doing things like being a transgender, being a homosexual, being a trans, all these other terms that they have. So really, they openly admit that they're trying to manipulate children from a young age into believing it's okay to be gay. Now, if you truly come from a worldly viewpoint that says it's okay to be gay, why would you need to manipulate people to believe that? If there really is nothing wrong with being gay, then why does kids need to be brainwashed from childhood onward to believe that? And my fear is that exposing kids to this sexually provocative, backwards society, gay content is going to cause these kids to grow up with a lot of mental problems and probably a lot of kooky sexual fetishes, because how most weird sexual fetishes get started is something disturbing within the child's childhood. So, this isn't going to do anything but create more problems for our young people in society. It'll probably lead to more depression, more suicide, and more sexual immorality being out of control. But today we're going to be looking at what one of these drag queens look like, and I picked out a video where there's no nudity or anything like that in it. You don't have to worry about that on this channel. We're not going to show anything that's like naked or anything. But this is just, I apologize for even showing this, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of what our children are seeing out here in these schools. Also, they're also putting it in the TV shows and the cartoons now too, so you also want to be aware of that. This is what a drag queen looks like.
I'm Paul Kane. I am a school teacher, currently teaching kindergarten. Oh, I'm also a drag performer. Named Facelift. So drag queen story time. It's just a wonderful time for me to be able to bring my love of working with kids with my performance.
It's a wonderful time for him.
I've always been very sort of creative and dramatic. I don't know, there's just something that's kind of magical in the transformation. I know I'm still me. Ultimately, my kids, they influence a lot of the style of how Faye has evolved over the last 10 years. The music that I choose, the sort of brightness of the colors of the costumes I wear. So if anything, the kids have inspired her more than I would say anything else.
He could at least shave his beard, for crying out loud.
Together with little kids is kind of a perfect relationship, and it's kind of like drag performers are clowns, right? Like they really sort of they play things up. They're over the top. They're like a cartoon come to life.
Drag queens are like clowns, he said. I guess drag queens are clowns if you think about it, but that's not a good thing.
Welcome to Faye and Fluffy's story time. Reading is fun, demental. I'm hoping what the kids get out of coming to story time is an opportunity.
This is child abuse. I mean, I'm just this is child abuse right here.
Aren't scary.
To make these kids do this
are amazing. That's kind of what is so incredible about the reading.
And what terrifies me is how the kids ain't even scared of it. I would have been horrified when I was a kid if my parents had took me to this.
Gender identities and everything, and to see that diversity in people is what needs to be celebrated, and the more that we're exposed to that, the more comfortable we become with each other.
That's what I'm afraid of.
What this is
the more we're exposed to it, the more comfortable we come with it. There it is, folks. And that's exactly the reason why we're preaching against it. God bless.